Hey friends, it's Bridget. Thank you for being here. I have an unboxing that I like to share in this video, and I'm really excited about it because it's coming from Baum Kuchen in Los Angeles, and they are one of my favorite US retailers of Japanese stationery products and products made by the superior labor from Japan as well. And it's been quite some time since I've ordered from them. You can see how beautiful their packaging always is, and this little origami sleeve with their company logo on it always includes a nice little card. This one says, "Your soul is a deep ocean." Different cards have different messages on them. And this twine is nice. This is a little sturdier than yarn like I'm used to. And of course I'll go back and try to pull all these little stickers off to slap in my journal for decoration. Once we finish this unboxing, I'll also be sharing a quick comparison of my current natural leather covers, which are a favorite for sure. I've got double-sided tape here making this pretty secure, so I'm just going to cut off the end. More cute washi. Okay. Oh, the smell is already glorious if you're a fan of the smell of leather. So this is an A5 cover that I ordered from BK. It is from Roterfaden, which is a German company. They offer these covers in other sizes. I have at least a few in my collection that are A5 and then a couple A6 as well. It's beautiful. So this is natural leather with gray detailing. It has their logo stamped into the back. Oh, and I didn't realize this was a limited edition. So it has their Rotfaden logo, 100% made in Germany, and then the stamp says Rotfaden times Baum Kuchen limited edition. Smells so good. Sorry, gotta take a second. Beautiful leather smell. Okay, so it has the leather band to keep it secure when closed, and some paperwork inside, as well as a postcard with the red thread sewn in. The company name translates to the red thread, I believe, or something along those lines. So they have different materials that they use on the interior of their covers. This is by far my favorite. It is a suede material, and this gray coordinates with the gray band. You get a couple pockets here, small pockets, a larger pocket on the bottom, and then the back is one large pocket that has a zip enclosure. You can see that softness of the raw leather inside that pocket. And this clip system is consistent in all of the covers made by this brand, and it's kind of what makes this brand special to me. I've not personally seen anything like this offered in another cover, but you get these metal clips depending on the size of the cover. Most of mine do have 3. I think I have at least one that is thinner or more compact cover, and it only has 2 clips instead of 3, so it's not, the spine is not quite as thick. But this works by inserting your notebook or insert what have you, and let me see if I can grab something to show you real quick. Hold on. Okay, I had a couple A5 notebooks nearby from the stationery selection. This one is quite thin, and then this beautiful Cosmo Note is a bit thicker. This is comparable in thickness and size to a Midori MD notebook or a Hobonichi Cousin Avec notebook. So what you do is find approximately the middle of the notebook and then fold the clips down, and it secures your notebook. So you can use various thicknesses of notebooks like I'm demonstrating now. And another option, let me go find the one that I'm currently using. Hold on just a second. Okay, I had recently switched into this A5 Roterfaden in the gray suede material, and you can see it has more of a TN type elastic enclosure as opposed to the elastic vertical band on the new one. But another thing you can do is use these pockets. So it's been so long, I can't recall if I ordered these from BK or Roterfaden or where I got them, but let's see. This one has a top opening, so it's like a full page basically. So let's go to the back clip. And you can do one clip or one pocket per clip, or stack them multiple pockets like I had done in that other cover. So this one has small pockets, 4 per side, or 8 total for like business cards. I believe they should work perfectly for Kita. Let's see, let's test it out. Business cards, you could easily make sample washi cards to stick in these pockets. Let's see if the, yep, perfect fit. So you just enclose the clips and it keeps it secure, and it basically turns an otherwise normal appearance A5 cover into similar to a traveler's notebook system, just with a different, you know, you would use the clips instead of the strings. I'm not sure if you noticed when I was disassembling that other cover, but something else that you can do. This was a receipt and a shopping list that I wasn't done with yet. If you have smaller items that you just want to hold on to, you can put any paper in here and secure it with the clips, as well as tuck into the pockets. And you get this elastic pin loop on the side. And a lot of times if I'm going to be using this frequently during the day, especially if I'm at home and I'm just going to have it sitting out on a table or a desk, I'll leave the band in the back. But if you're obviously taking it on the go and want to keep it secure, then you just pull that band around like so. So beautiful, beautiful piece. Extremely satisfied with it. And this natural leather has little to no sheen to it, maybe just a tiny bit. So it's not rough, but it's also not glossy or coated, and it will patina with time like other natural leathers. So let's get into the comparison. I have 4 other natural leather covers in my collection. As I said, it's one of my favorite materials. So with this one being brand new, I thought I would share with you what natural leather can look like over time after it patinas, in case you're not familiar. So this is the oldest one, I believe, that's in my collection. It's a Chic Sparrow, made in the US. This is a B6 Traveler's Notebook style cover. So it has the strings inside, as well as some pockets. And when I received this new several years ago, it looked more like this. It was very light. I can't remember if it had possibly even a slightly pinkish tint to it when it was brand new, but just by having it out exposed to natural light, you're going to get patina. The more you use it, the oils in your hands will give it more of a sheen. And if you'll notice, I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, but the patina looks slightly darker along the spine compared to the center of the cover. And that is because I've not used this cover for some time now. I've been storing it on a shelf with my other covers, and I have it stacked vertically like bookshelf style. So interestingly enough, the spine is exposed on the shelf and other books are blocking the front and back. So even though I don't have much sunlight or natural light coming into my office space, just the little bit that I do have has darkened the spine more than the front of the cover. This is another natural leather cover from Galen Leather. It is a zip, and it has this nice removable pin insert, as well as some other pin slots and other pockets. So you can put a top-loading notepad over this back cover, and you can just set any style book inside, or if you had a traditional notebook, you could also slide the back cover in from the side here to keep it secure. And this one, when I first received it, it already had more of a sheen to the outside. So it wasn't just the oils of my hand and use that made it this glossy. It started out slightly glossy. So different brands and manufacturers, the way they finish their natural leather may vary. And I'm not sure what these markings are, could be anything, honestly. You can see the imprint of something round there, some little water specks. So raw natural leather is going to absorb anything that comes against it. It doesn't bother me. If that's something that bothers you, what you can do to treat it or care for it over time is use a leather cleaner or paste. Let me see if I can find my Galen paste. Well, I've been decluttering and reorganizing in my office recently, and unfortunately I can't put my hands on my Galen product right this second, but I do have a product that's sold by Galen that comes in a round tin. It's kind of reminiscent of like an old shoe polish tin, and I was calling it a paste, but I believe the more appropriate word is conditioner. So it's a leather conditioner. So you can take that on a cloth and buff it into your natural leather, and it cleans it and conditions it. And if you do have any markings, it will make them look a little more uniform, if that's your preference. Now this is a fairly recent addition, and you can tell how drastically different the tone is compared to some of the older covers. But this is an incredibly soft natural leather cover made by Midori MD. It is their natural goat leather cover in A5. I purchased this online from the Pella Papery, and I do have a discount code from the Pella Papery to offer. I will leave it linked in the description box below, but it is papermademedoitig, all one word, lowercase, for 15% off. But you can see the Midori stamped in the bottom of the back cover with a pocket. Their pin loop is the same actual leather and not elastic, and it has their MD paper logo stamped into it. So I usually use this like the Hobonichi pin loops and just put the clip of a pin through instead of trying to force the pin through the center. I've got some clips here, but you just slide your cover back in front of your notebook into these pockets or flaps, and you can tell that this one has a unique finish to it. It's not glossy like the Galen leather, but it does have a little more sheen than the super raw leathers. I'm trying to move this to see if the light can show you what I'm talking about. But what makes this one unique compared to all of the others I have is the pebbled texture. So I love that. It's super soft in the hand, but I can see like a tiny little line going across here. I'm not sure if the camera picks it up. Is very discreet, but I guess my point is, because this is real natural leather, each piece is going to be slightly different, and you'll have some unique markings on it. And you can see how this one has that slightly pink tone that I mentioned before, especially compared to this one. But over time, with use and exposure to light, as it patinas, it will become more of a brown and not pink at all. And then this is the last one that I have to share with you. Let me clear these others to make some room here. This has also been a very recent purchase. It was an impulse purchase that I have zero regrets about. It popped up in an email from Mitz. She had added some A5. I'm not sure if she offered them in A6 as well, but I know in A5 she had at least 2 or 3 different variations of A5 covers by the Superior Labor, made in Japan. This is one of my favorite brands for leather and canvas products. And I have another A5 notebook cover by the Superior Labor, but it's quite different. It's more of a folio than a traditional cover, so it is enclosed on a couple sides and doesn't completely open. So I didn't have a TSL traditional cover, and when I saw that this was available in natural leather, I was unable to resist. And like I say, no regrets. It is gorgeous. It has a very similar texture and feel to the Roterfaden, in that it's just ever so slightly got a sheen to it. If you look extremely close, there is some texture there, but it's not as pebbled as the Midori. And this one just has 2 large flaps on the interior that you put your covers into. There is no pin loop of any kind. It's a very simple notebook cover, but it is beautiful. And because different leathers were used, these are both very new. So you can see that this one is slightly darker starting out. So it will likely get darker in the long run with patina. It's almost like it has a little bit of a head start. But all natural leather covers will patina with time. So I just wanted to give you a visual of how different that can look. And if you have any questions about any of these covers specifically, these are all of the ones that I currently own that I can answer questions about, and I would be happy to help you if that's the case. Just drop your questions in the comments. Thank you, BK, for your beautiful packaging and this latest order. Absolutely love it. Can't wait to get it set up and start using it. And thank y'all for being here. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.